Welcome back to another episode, MisUnderstood podcast. It's me, Brandy, and today is episode 6. So you don't see my sister, Melissa. She's off on a visit seeing her little boy for Christmas. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Gonna start that out, so Merry Christmas. We're gonna be talking about the holidays and all that good jazz. So she's off seeing her little boy. We'll just go on about that for just a minute. So it's Christmas time and we wanted to get him a present. Well, turns out we didn't end up getting him one because the last 3 years or so, Amazon has been a little bit different and they don't take your money until it ships. So, you have to still go on with your life and get groceries, household items, and all that stuff. So I guess we spent the money, and when they came time to ship it, it declined it, and we didn't get the gift because we didn't have the money. When you order something, we had the money. When you order something, you should take it out so that you know that that money is taken out. You're going to get that item, all that jazz. So we had to get him a present next month. When she sees him again on her next visit, she'll give it to him. So enough harping on all of that. But we had the money at the time for the gift. And then when it came time for, I guess, Amazon to take the money, it wasn't there. But we was devastated about that. Especially because we struggled so much. Too much. We struggle. However you want to say that. So that goes into, it's Christmas time. And it's Monday. Today's Friday. So it's Monday is Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody. I can't say it enough. We had to wait and do our Christmas a little later because we just can't afford it this month. So we're slowly going to be getting presents and all that jazz next month. And probably our Christmas is going to be delayed because, well, first off, it's just a hard time for us right now with keeping the bills paid, putting food in the house. That's a big one. I'm glad we go to food bank, and I don't mind saying that because at the end of the day, it helps a little bit. If it doesn't help a lot, it helps a little bit. So every time when we go, we get to pick out 2 meats. And so I try to get the biggest meats we can get. So we got this big tenderloin. If you know what a tenderloin is, they have a small one and a big one. So I made sure we got the big one. And we've been saving it for Christmas because my husband gets paid every week on Friday, but it's little amounts. So, $400 after you pay some bills, especially he pays the car. The car takes a big chunk of his money, plus he has to do child support. So he ain't left with the whole bunch. Like I said, we pay the bills, then we have to wash clothes. It's just cheaper going to the laundromat, so we got to make sure we have $40 for that. Then we got to put gas in the car. And sometimes we got to go pick my sister up and from her visit. So that's what we're doing tomorrow on Saturday. And, it doesn't leave you with a whole lot of money left. So that's why we're not really going to be doing anything for Christmas. Y'all can comment down below, what are y'all doing for Christmas? I'd love to hear what y'all guys do. And, y'all are my greatest blessing that I can get on here and just forget about my problems for a minute. And if y'all are misunderstood like me and my sister are, even though she's not here, I'm going like that. If y'all are misunderstood like we are, y'all can come on here and just know that y'all are not alone. Y'all have us. We don't mind talking about our problems, our people that misunderstand us, and that just don't get us, or just people that just don't understand. I can't say that enough. One of the reasons why I wanted to start a podcast is because not only have I been seeing other people do it, and hopefully when we, hit it off on YouTube and start making money from YouTube, I don't mind talking about that because that is my goal in life. I want to talk about my goals. My goal is to make money on YouTube and to be successful. And every time I do a video, I look at it as that's one step closer. But I plan on getting actual microphones and actual gear for podcast. I want to be successful in life. I want to do a lot of things. I want to travel. I want to, maybe meet other YouTubers that I watch and follow and stuff like that. Because I do see YouTubers collab with each other, and I want to start doing that. But it takes dedication, getting a video out all the time. And back to what I was saying, I'm done harping about that. But I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of, my husband working so hard that it's not enough. And I know he has done so much, and I just want to give back to him. And I want to be so successful with YouTube and all that good jazz, that we don't have to worry about struggling anymore. And I know that's probably a lot of you out there that think the same thing. But it's Christmas time, and we don't get to really do anything for Christmas. And I don't come on here and tell you guys so that y'all can pity me. I don't want none of that. MisUnderstood podcast is to be real and raw. And I know I don't have to tell my story and what we got going, but I feel like there's people out there that are just like us, and I would love for y'all to come across my page and, get to know each other. But no, you're not alone being misunderstood, because we are so many times that I can't even count. I don't talk to my family no more. It's not because I don't want to. It's because I'm done being the only one trying. And there's just no trying in return for anybody in my family. We've made mistakes, and it's really caught up to us, but we have came so far from it that it's not even about the mistakes anymore at this point. It's about me and my sister doing so much better, and friends and family see that, and they just don't want to see that, and they want us to make mistakes. They don't want to see us succeed and be a better person. And I don't get why that is. They don't want you making mistakes, but they don't want you to do better for yourself, succeed, go forward, leave the old life behind. So it's like, you don't want me to be making bad decisions, but you don't want me to be doing good either. And it's like, I'm just tired of it. And going to see other people, it's like nobody comes and sees us. So it makes it really hard to want to go see other people. We waste our gas. We found another job for my husband closer, 5 minutes away from the house, so that we don't waste gas. And it has been amazing. A full tank of gas lasts 2 weeks. We only have to really like gas up like 2 times when we go and pick my sister up from her visit. And really that's not that bad because we really don't waste a lot of gas going to get her. But it's like we had to find something closer, and we're still looking for another house. We've been in this house going on a year, which is crazy to say because it doesn't feel like it. It feels like we just moved here. And it's not that we don't like this place. We want, me as a person, and everybody that I know or see, whether it's social media, in person, wherever I may know you or see you, to me it feels like this whole world lives day to day, day to day, day to day. Me, I can't live like that. I'm always thinking of the future. What does the future hold for me? I got a stepson. And I got a nephew, which is my sister's son. I think of them too. What does the future hold for all of us? Living in rent is all fine and dandy, but it comes to a time where you need to find something that you can pay off. We've tried having 2 portable buildings, which you can see in my other videos. We probably would have had those pretty much paid off this year, if not in the middle of next year, and then we wouldn't have a house bill, and that was going to be great. But at the end of the day, we had to give them up because we don't have our own property, and we were on our brother's, which he still has it, by the way. But it's like, it's hard to get a house. It's hard to get land. And it's like, we've already tried all that, and I'm still thinking of the future. I was like, well, maybe our landlord will eventually rent to own this to us and let us have it, because she did say she doesn't know how much longer she's going to be doing rent houses to people after her kids graduate. So that was an option. But to me, it feels like I don't think she is. I know I had said it, but I don't feel like she would rent to own it to us. And I'm just thinking of the future because I want something that's going to be paid off, because then my sister's son and my stepson will have something to fall back on if they need to. And they will have a place. I don't care how old they are. I will provide for them no matter what. They could be 40 years old. As long as they're not making bad decisions and they're trying to do good for themselves, I'll be there for them. But I already know my sister's son's going to be good, because he's in a good spot. I'm going to leave it at that. But I always think about the future. We need something we could be paying off, because doing rent, we're throwing our money away. And we're just struggling right now with these holidays and Christmas and all that stuff. We're not doing anything for Christmas. But I did decorate. We'll probably cook maybe a little something. We are going to be watching, they have like this program for Disney with Derek and his sister, I believe. And it's going to be at Disney, I think in Florida. So we are going to watch that. I don't know if it's Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but there's a couple programs that we're going to watch for the holiday spirit. And then we're going to try to do a little something for, New Year's Eve and all that stuff. Try to watch the ball drop in New York and all that. But I don't come on here telling y'all what I can and can't do. It's not that I want to explain myself, and this is going to be an all over the place video because I feel like I'm just rampaging. But another thing that I want to talk about before I get off of here is I use this podcast to explain myself so people that I know, if you want to get to know me a little more and stuff like that, because I know people probably that know me probably see me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It looks like I have a good time. I post about celebrities and, TV shows and movies that I watch. But it looks like I do stuff on those, but I really don't. I don't do anything with my life. I want to say I live a good life, but it's kind of boring. I use my platforms to, make it seem like I'm having a great time and this and that. I've quit following a lot of people that I know, like from church. And that should say something right there. Because if you're a godly person, you shouldn't be commenting on everything I'd say and do, which is nothing. So I had to quit following. Well, it's really just like one person from church that I quit following because always say, how are you doing that? What are you doing? Well, we came across a lump of money last year and we bought whatever we wanted. We did what we wanted. We had a good time. And if you're going to just harass me, I'm not going to follow you no more and deal with it. I don't deal with harassment because to me, for one, why are you jealous? Why are you worrying about what I got going? That's another thing. I hate people worrying about what I got going. I made mistakes and I came back from them. I'm 26. I'm a little over halfway to 30. My sister's going to be 30 next year. No, actually, this year, she's going to be 30. And I say this year, even though it's not 2024, but it pretty much is already here. It's upon us. 2024, she's going to be 30. I'm going to be 27. I'm, tired of the whole worrying about me thing. I still worry about my sister and tell her what to do sometimes. I don't mean to, but it is what it is. I made bad decisions and I'm never going to do that again. I got with the wrong crowd and I'm not doing that again. But I'm tired of people worrying about what we're doing, but yet if you worry about us, why don't you come around and see us? Why always have something to say but never show your face? It's just, I stay at my house. I do nothing. I bury myself in my social media. I shouldn't do that. But one of the things that me and my sister are wanting to do, and I'm sure there's a lot of fans out there, Niall Horton, however you say that, Harton, something like that, I don't know. But Niall is coming to Dallas August 2nd. And me and my sister already decided that we want to go. I want to ask one of my friends, but I don't see how that's going to happen. I just don't know if they would want to even go. But for sure, me and my sister are going to go see Niall. We're going to make it happen. His tickets are fairly cheap. They're reasonable is what I can say. I found 2 tickets for like $360, and it's actually a good view. It's kind of like the same view we had when we went to see the Justin Bieber concert in 2016. I would love to go to another Justin Bieber concert, but it's like he does events and then he cancels them, and he's so wishy-washy, and he doesn't really have anything right now. But anyways, we want to go see the Niall concert in December. Wow. August 2nd, which would be my birthday present and her birthday present, because hers is July 29th and mine's August 6th. And we're a week apart on our birthdays, but we're actually 3 years apart in age. But that's something we're looking forward to doing this year. We don't get to do anything, and I told her, I was like, I feel like we should, like, when I first seen his tour, nowhere did it show that he was coming to Texas, and it was very depressing, because I was like, I like him, and, you know, why isn't he coming to Texas? But he added more dates to his tour, and he's coming to Dallas August 2nd, and then Austin August 3rd. So he's going to be in Dallas, and then the next day he's in Austin. So Dallas is closer to us, so we would be going to Dallas. And it's not at the American Airlines Center. I forget what it's called. It's some, like, to me it looks like it's some, like, Mexican name. But anyways, we're looking forward to going to the Niall concert. I haven't been to a concert since 2016, and I would love, love, love to go to another one. Niall is just an amazing person, and, you know, I watch him on The Voice and all that good jazz. He won again 2 times in a row. He's only been on there twice, and he won both times, and that's awesome. And he ain't going to be on there this coming up one, because he, I guess, is going on tour. So, yeah. I'm kicking because my dog is trying to get in the camera, and I don't want him to. But anyways, I just wanted to come on here and say Merry Christmas to everybody. My sister's on her visit, like I said. We pick her up tomorrow. We're not doing anything for Christmas. We might do a little TikTok or a little short video of us cooking a little bit and watching, you know, the programs that are going to be coming on. And we'll do something for New Year's Eve, bring in the new year. We're going to be trying to bring in the new year, going to see the Niall concert, which would be awesome. But one thing that I wanted to talk about, because I didn't talk about it when I was, I get sidetracked. That's why this is called a MisUnderstood podcast. I'm all over the place. That's why it's called a MisUnderstood podcast. And I want y'all to be able to come on my YouTube channel and listen to my podcast and be comfortable, because it's all over the place. It's random, and it's a MisUnderstood podcast. So y'all can come on here, and y'all know y'all can be comfortable, kick back, and know that you're not alone with being misunderstood. But one of the things I wanted to talk about that I have yet to talk about, I live with my sister, and it's hard. It really is hard. We both struggle living together, because for one, I'm married and she's my sister. And I wanted to talk about this while she wasn't here, because, you know, it's just something I need to get off my chest. Everybody has their own situations and what they got going in life. I know a lot of people that probably live with their siblings or deal with them on a daily basis. Well, she lives with me and I also deal with her. It's hard sometimes. We argue a lot. Not as bad as we used to, but that's part of being a sibling, being a sister, brother, whatever you want to call it. It's hard living with your sibling because you argue, you fuss, you fight, say things you don't mean, get on each other's nerves. And now that I'm married, it bothers me even so because it's like she doesn't want me to have a relationship. She doesn't want me with this guy or that guy. Even when I was just dating and stuff, it's like she found a reason for them to be not good. She always brings out the negativity, and I don't like that. It's hard to live life with your sibling plus being married because she's always pointing out that we struggle with money. We can't do anything. All we do is stay at home and argue. We find something to argue about. When we have money, we're happy and we're a different person and we go and do things. Well, when you have money, anybody's going to be happy and do things and buy things and have a good time. And then she also says, well, when we ain't got any money, we stay at home and argue or find something to argue about. Or she's always reminding us that we're struggling with money and we can't do anything. And I'm tired of her reminding me of all of my problems. I don't even talk about my problems because I just don't, because I get crapped on about it. Like, my problems don't matter. It's like everybody else's problems matter more than mine. I don't have a job right now. I haven't had one for a very long time now. And it's driving me up a wall because I want my own money. I want to be able to get back and doing my doll videos. Doing things that I'm passionate about. We only have one vehicle, so I can't have a job, and I get it thrown in she reminds me of it all the time, and she just reminds me of all of my problems, and I love my sister dearly, but it's great that I have a husband that pays for the car that I drive. He busts his butt to make things happen, and it ain't enough. And I know he's tired. He's growing tired, and I want to be so successful with YouTube because I've seen it. It takes a while, but I've seen it, and I want that to be me one day. My goal is to never give up. And it's just hard living with your sibling when they're pretty much in a relationship with you. I'm married, so it makes it really, really hard. Because she doesn't like half the stuff my husband does. She doesn't like... When we look at houses, I'm always trying to look at, okay, is my sister going to have her room over here by herself with her own bathroom? Like, I'm always trying to look for a space just for my sister where she doesn't have to worry about my stepson or worry about anybody else. She has her own bathroom. She doesn't have to share because we're grown adults. She's about to be 30 and I'm going to be 27. I'm married with a stepson. I don't get him all the time. He doesn't really come over unless if it's like, if we get him for a week or if we get him for a whole month. And that's not very much. That's like once a year. We was getting him every month on a weekend, but that just got to the point where we struggle too much and it's not really worth the drive because he's so far. But when we look at houses, I try to look at a place for my sister. Where can she go and be by herself and do her own thing? She gets so offended by that. Or if we look at trailer houses, it's never good enough because she wants a big room like us. But where she doesn't understand is she's not married and she's not with nobody. So why does she have to have the biggest room too? In trailer houses, you can get 2 master bedrooms and bathroom, but that probably costs more. And it takes away from another bedroom. But it's like she's never satisfied with anything. And I struggle because I'm constantly picking her up from her visits. The last time she went on a visit, not only did I pick her up, I took her. And that's not fair to me. And then the foster family, not the lady that has her stepson, but her mother was like, well, if they were in town, they would do the same thing. Maybe, maybe not. But like, she sat there and was like, gas is just hard on everybody. And I'm like, I'm not saying I'm the only one that struggles with gas. I'm not saying that I'm the only one with problems, but it's just, it's like I can't even really say my problems because everybody makes it about them. That's why I quit seeing the people that I was seeing, because every time I would like say I'm struggling with this, or we're just having money problems, or whatever I'm talking about, just saying my problems, they want to sit there and have a whole list of what they're struggling with. And I didn't ask. And it's not that I'm being mean or anything, but when I tell you about my problems, I just want somebody to be able to say, it's okay, you'll get through this, what can I do to help you? It's like nobody really says, what can I do to help you anymore, is because they really don't want to. Because when people tell us that, me and my sister usually ask for help, or, you know, take them up on that offer, and then they act like, God forbid. And it's like, you're the one that suggested it. So it's like, you know what I mean? We just don't really see nobody no more because we are tired of what was I getting at? I don't say my opinions anymore because I guess they don't matter. And I know they do, but it's like, if I'm not picking my sister up from her visit, I'm, you know, dealing with my stepson and his visit. And it's like, I don't do anything for myself no more. I'm doing for others. And it's like, I hope I get blessed in the end for this. But I guess use my podcast for a counselor and, you know, rampage, because I got nothing else. And I know there's somebody out there that'll listen and watch me. But we're not doing anything for Christmas, and it's hard living with your sibling because you argue, fuss and fight, and all I try to do is help my sister. I want the big, dreamy house where she can have her own space. Hell, if I could get a house that was like 2 houses in one, 2 kitchens, 2 living, like everything, should have her own house and still be living with us. That would be the ideal thing, but that's just unrealistic at the moment. But if I ever become rich, my house is going to be so amazing. She'll have her own space. It's just she's never satisfied with anything. And that is the biggest struggle of my life, because when I think I'm doing something good by her, she has something to complain about. She's so negative. It's hard living with negativity. It really is, because she always finds something negative to say. Whether it's about my husband, whether it's about my stepson situation, going on that. She has her own problems, her own issues, and why she can't have her son. She talks about my stepson like she gave birth to him, and no, she didn't. What is she going to tell him? What is she going to do? What needs to happen? She even tries to talk about my business like she literally knows me, knows what I'm thinking. It drives me crazy because this is an example. We were making breakfast and, well, not really making it. It was already done. I didn't really know what I wanted. We had a little bit of biscuits left and gravy. She's over there heating that up like I'm going to eat it. I said, I didn't want biscuits. I didn't ask you to make that. I didn't tell you that I wanted them. It wasn't to be rude. It's just, she was just so consistent on me eating the biscuits. I said, if you want them, you eat them. It's like she tries to do for me and then throw it in my face that I don't do the dishes, that I don't cook, that I don't have a job. That drives me crazy because then when I do cook and I do the dishes and stuff, she mugs me like, why am I doing it? Then why are you acting like I don't do anything? It's just, I'm done with the rampage. It's just stuff like that. It's like, it's hard living with your sibling because they always will find the negative in something. And I just pray that we could go to this Nile concert August 2nd and have a great time and just let all of our problems be gone for one night. I'll be 27 this year, so I've came so far from when I was 19 to 22 is when I made all my mistakes. Because I was 19 when I graduated, and I was still with the guy that I was with. Needless to say, I was with people in between this. But I was with this one guy for 2 years, and I don't know why I thought going to San Antonio and being with him when he was like pretty much in a halfway house that I shouldn't have been in. I'm not going into all that. I was nervous the whole time staying there, and I only was in San Antonio for a month. I worked at McDonald's. It was a great job. I wish I was still there. But I had to come back home, and needless to say, coming back home was better for me, but it wasn't great. Because I don't even live with my family anymore, so there you go. But I turned 22 when I was in San Antonio, and I had nothing going for me. I had nothing, and I'm glad that I came back and started doing my YouTube again because I already had a YouTube channel, but in 2017, and it's us dancing with our pandas. It's pretty funny. You don't really hear the panda song anymore. It's that panda, panda, panda. I got broads in Atlanta. That song. I had to like change it because it was like copyrighted. But back then I didn't know what I was doing on YouTube and all that stuff. But all that aside, from 2017 to the summer, pretty much the summer of 2017 to 2021 is when I got married. So it was about 19 is when anyways, I was 19 until I turned 22 is the time period. So if y'all can get all that, that's when I made my mistakes. And yes, I'm still young, and back then I was younger. 19 to 22, I made mistakes, and it's just, I came so far. I'm going to be 27, and I'm not making mistakes again. I'm only going to get better and be successful. My goal is to make money on YouTube, and I'm going to make it happen. Every video that I post is one step closer. And the last 3 that I made were instrumental music. I love instrumental music. I made 2 Christmas ones. One's like legit Christmas, and the other one is Strawberry Shortcake Christmas. And then I made a Na Na Na. And I am going to be making so many more. I'm going to make a Rainbow High one, a Cinderella, and Rapunzel. I'm going to make one of it. I already did an Alice in Wonderland one, so y'all have to go back and look at all that stuff. But I'm going to make one of everything that I like, and that's just what makes me unique, because, you know, I'm just putting out there what I like and do and all that stuff. And there's no judging on my podcast because it's misunderstood. So for anybody that relates to me or my sister, you're not alone and you're not misunderstood by yourself. We could be misunderstood together. But I just rampaged about some things and random. So Merry Christmas, everybody. And I hope everybody has a good Christmas on Monday. And just be looking out. We may have a little bit of content to show y'all. Who knows? But we're not really going to be doing anything because we are struggling, and it sucks because I don't have a job right now, and we wouldn't be struggling this bad if we all had a job. My sister gets an SSI check. My husband works, so it'd be me and him working, her getting her check, and we would all be bringing in money, and we would be a little bit, it would be a little bit easier, but with one car it's hard because I'd have to be working his schedule at my job, and I know that ain't gonna happen. They're not gonna let me work at 8 in the morning and get off at 4:30. It sounds realistic, yes, but working at Dollar General or Brookshire's or wherever I'd be working, their schedule is so different because I've worked both of them. So I pray. Oh, and also, I can be making money when I go live on TikTok. I need about 45 people, somewhere around there. 40 to 45 people, and then I can go live. You need 1,000 people to follow you, so I need about, I'm going to say 45 people. Because I'm at like 963 last time I checked. And then also, thank you so much to anybody that has subscribed to me on my YouTube channel, MB Vlogs. And I also have my podcast on there too. So, thank y'all so much because I'm at like 230 something, I believe. So I appreciate and I'm so blessed for all of y'all. Y'all are my family. I'm glad I get to talk to y'all. And I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast because it was very random and misunderstood. So thanks for watching MisUnderstood Podcast.